are here tonight to celebrate this momentous occasion. My name is Dave Bechtold, and I am the director/principal of the Excel Center, and it is a real privilege to be a part of this project. I thought I knew what I was getting into, but man, this has been beyond my wildest dreams. It's been a fantastic ride here, getting this school launched over the last year. What I'd like to do right now, just for a couple minutes, I know you heard from Senator Buckner and Carla. I'm not sure all the information that they shared with you, but I'm just going to hit a few highlights, and then I'm going to bring one of our students up here, and we're going to do a little Q&A so you get a feel for the Excel Center. We launched August 5th here, and we started with 58 students, which was fantastic. And we worked with the Himmelman Construction Company, which was great. And our architect Paul were fantastic partners in getting this underway. And every step of the way, weekly meetings, updates, changes, more updates. And we were really fortunate to launch and open on time. That was fantastic. So we opened with 58 students, and the model here at the Excel Center is we have our term is 5 8-week terms throughout a 365-day period. And so we have 5 8-week terms. We're coming up to the end of our first term at the end of this month. Then we have a week break, and then we start term 2 right away. So we are very non-traditional. Those of you who have students, kids in school, it's now 16 weeks for the fall and then 16 weeks for the spring. We're starting every 8 or 9 weeks and for our students. And the class schedule is Monday through Thursday. There's 2 classes in the morning, 2 classes in the afternoon. And then on Friday, the students can come use our computer lab. They'll have tutoring with our instructors, get extra help, and that's the week. And it's 8 weeks. Then once we got our students started for term 1, we began recruiting for term 2. And so on October 7th, when we start term 2, after that week, the first week, we're starting for our December start for our 3rd term. So that gives you a little picture about how we operate here at the Excel Center. And I want to let you know the people that we've given tours for over the last year, the teachers as well as students, there was a lot of intentionality that went with getting this open. And the students and teachers feel very honored to be in this facility. So I want to thank you once again, those who have contributed to make this happen. Our students feel special, our teachers feel special, and our students are learning and loving being here. So I'm going to transition to one of our students right now. Roddrick, if you'd like to come on up. Okay. So, Roddrick is, I don't even know how to describe it, but he's one of just our star students. He's got a great attitude. He's got a great story. He's always smiling. He's helping other students. He's working with the teachers. And I'm just going to kind of interview him a little bit so you get to know a little bit about the student journey, and then we'll go to the next part here. So, Roddrick, starting off here, can you tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to enroll at the Excel Center?
I don't know how far back you guys want to go, but I'll start with the reason why I'm here anyway, because I dropped out, obviously, at the age of 17, dropped out of high school. Back then, I made a few mistakes running with the wrong crowd and landed in trouble. So after that, I went to get my GED later on through another program in Columbus, Georgia that Goodwill also funds. It's called the Bridge Program. They helped me get that journey and get on track to get my GED. So after that, I ended up getting a full pardon from the State Board of Pardons and Paroles in Georgia. So most people don't get that opportunity. So I have the right to serve as a political figure, serve on a jury, possess and carry firearms. And the felony conviction is still on my record, but it also states pardon. So it's basically, if the state that you were convicted in can forgive you, then others should be able to do the same thing. So how I got here was because I never got my high school diploma, as I said, and that dream, that passion of having that outweighed the GED. So I may be the only student here with the actual GED, but I just had to have that, and I'm very close to getting it. And my wife signed me up, so I had no idea about this.
True story.
Yeah. And David thought you guys would like that. She signed me up, so that next week I was in orientation, and the following week, first day of class. So it was accelerated, and on top of that, the courses accelerated, the classes are accelerated, the subjects. But our teachers are very good. They give us time to really study, but it's accelerated. You gotta come in ready to get it. So it's not like, I think I may wanna get my high school diploma. So it's not like the first time, it's not the first go around. And none of us wanna fail the second time or drop out the second time. So all the classmates that I've met, they're very determined, they're encouraged, and just like me, they're here to get the high school diploma. And I should have mine in January and graduate in June. So that's how that
This is an easy question. What subjects and courses are you taking, Roddrick?
I got English, math, which is just off the top before I even keep going. Math is my toughest subject. It was the toughest subject back then, and it stands true to this very day. It's still the toughest subject for me. And I always tell my teacher, Carl, that I don't use this in everyday life. Typically my jobs are forklift, logistics, hospitality, customer service. I don't have to add things up as much. So it never sticks with me. But I told my teacher that this time I'm gonna try to reinstate it, like reinforce it in me and use it with my students, my kids and the students that I mentor. So that way I can do it on a daily basis and make myself remember algebra. But right now it's just, and my favorite problem that threw me off when I first came to class, it was 1 + 7 to the second power. Me coming back in, I thought, oh, this is easy. So 7 with the small 2 means to multiply it like 14, but it's not, it's 49. It's 7 times 7. So that threw me off after my teacher explained it. I'm like, why you just didn't ask me 49 + 1? I could have told you that. I just didn't know what this was. So he's working with me. Right now I have a C in that class. I have a B in English. And then I have U.S. government, which I have an A. And then geography, I have an A.
Oh, that's great.
Fantastic. Roddrick, how has your experience at the Excel Center been so far? Like, what's been the most rewarding part of the program?
I would say having a dedicated staff, like I mentioned earlier, they really work with us. As teenagers, we used to do a lot of chitter chatter. You had your class clown, you had your person who's not gonna do well, you had your smart person, you wanna sit by them all the time. And as adults, we all come in with just a sheer respect of the time for the teachers, time for staff, and it's time to learn. And Dr. Lizzie always, I don't know if she's in here, but she always says, this is your time. Like, we don't have the cell phones out. We actually cooperate. So there's nobody like checking Facebook all day. They're supposed to be learning. Everybody's in here to actually learn. So I like that environment. And when we do have a little, just a small, minute chit chat, the instructor will, it's not reverse psychology, but they add to what y'all are talking about, but then they redirect to the board. And that's good that you guys had a good weekend. It's always good to have a good time in life. And speaking of good times, they go right to it. So everybody follow right along with it. Nobody feels out of place like, oh, my bad. So I love the environment.
Very good. Just a couple more questions. How has the flexibility of the Excel Center, such as the class schedule and the student support service specialists, the life coaches, how has that made it easier for you to balance kind of school with your other responsibilities?
For me, I take 4 classes, so I'm here from 9 a.m. to 3:40 p.m. That's the end of my last class. The staff helps me out if I need tutoring. Monday through Thursday is class. And then Fridays is the day when the staff is here to help out. So if you want to come in for extra tutoring like math, which I desperately need, but I haven't came in, but I'm working on it. And they're here for that. So I love that part of it. And it helps me if I have an appointment, which, like I said, my wife signed me up, so I had other appointments lined up in advance. So it's excusable. They'll work with you on it. If you don't come in today, they're looking at you mean mugging tomorrow. They're still smiling, happy you came. We email our teachers if we have something to do and we can't make class. So I think that's very flexible and helpful. Unlike back in high school, back then it was more like, where were you? And you had to, you're like in trouble. You need a note from your parent. Now you are the parent, so.
So one of the things about Roddrick that I love is he just oozes enthusiasm. He's as honest can be. He'll tell you straight up what's going good, what's not going good. And he really is a colleague and a friend to a lot of the other students. There's a lot of camaraderie with our students and our cohorts. The last question I know is near and dear to his heart, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask it and then we'll be through here. What advice would you give to someone who's thinking about going back to school as an adult?
I would say to never give up, to always hold dear to your principles. I know when I was younger, I wanted to graduate, but I had some things come up, some obstacles that I had to deal with. And I think now, even for those who haven't been in trouble, they just fell off the wagon back then. And it's hard to come back to that state of mind, start thinking, be in class. We changed classes, got 5 minutes in between. You have to go from here upstairs, you literally go right back to high school. So I would say never give up on your goals and always set goals. The ones you write down are better because you can read them and keep them. If you want to, you can put it in the mirror as you get ready. You can get ready for your goals too. Like, oh yeah, I gotta do this too. So that's my thing. Always stay focused, don't give up, and be determined, and do it for yourself.
Thank you, Ryan.
I want to add one more thing. This will be quick, I promise. As I mentioned before, back in the day, I used to get in trouble. So there's these two professors, I don't know them personally. Two professors decided that there's a theory that they made up, right? Based on their research. The theory is called life course theory. That theory says that a person who, for whatever reason, in and out of trouble, it looks like they're going down the wrong path, and they'll stay that way. You can write them off. They're not going to do anything with their life. Life course theory teaches us that based on the events in life that person encountered, marriage, children, work, goals, that they can change their life completely. And you wouldn't think nothing about it. When you meet them in, so based on their theory, they selected me. This was like in 2003. They selected me as a representation of life course theory. And I used to always joke with my coworkers, like, we grew up looking at textbooks and social study books, and you look at a picture like, who is this person? This is the actor. So now everybody in the room can now say that they know a person who's featured in a college textbook. And I'm real.
Thanks so much, Robert.
Thank you.